What's going on, everyone? I hope you're all doing very well, and thank you for joining me once again on this episode of Bayou Gold Guy. I am Bayou Gold Guy, and we are on our 200th Gold Pay Dirt review on this episode. So, thank you all so much for tuning in and being here for the reviews for fifth season now. So, really appreciate it. We've gone through a lot of different vendors and lots of gold and pay dirts and all kinds of varieties, and we've got a few more coming up. So yeah, thank y'all again. So today is actually for number 200. We are wrapping up the 3-bag challenge with our Mammoth Gold Pay Dirt from Mammoth, British Columbia, up there, Kalen, the crew that put out the awesome bags of that crystalline gold and the Yukon. So this is our 3rd bag of our Brennan, and we had 2 Brennans and one of the Mammoth standards. If you want to try to get these, a lot of times they're sold out of them. If you go on their website at MammothGoldNuggets.com, you can hit the subscribe button, and it will notify you when the pay dirt that you're wanting comes in stock. You can move on it. So that's very cool. So yeah, so with that, we're going to, like I said, see if we can get our 4 for 3 challenge. I got Gizmo in there making noise off of our 3 bags of pay dirt. So with that being said, let's turn to the new gold epicenter of South Louisiana, as we have been just flooded for the last 2 days. All day today. I'm getting in here trying to get this done between the storms. We've got more on the way right now. So literally this pan right here is full of nothing but rainwater. So we're all natural there. I've added some of our jet dry to that. So I guess, again, our Mammoth Gold Nuggets, Brennan's Klondike Gold Rush. I had her add. You can add heavies to any of your bags if you like them. We'll customize whenever you're ordering. See, it's some pretty good size rocks and stuff in there. So we'll go ahead and knock the big stuff out of the way at least. Actually, I should be using the steamer basket for these giant pieces, but it's full of other rocks. I think, ooh man, there's some nice gold. I saw some nice gold showing up right there. First thing in the, right there she blows. Oh, get that. Our first piece of crystallized gold. Crystalline gold. Yep. Alright. So these are the 1 gram bags. I've got this wet now, so let's go ahead and dump half of that out. Like I said, the radar showed that this could be, we could be getting hit any moment here. But I've been working on the house next door. They just came and installed the laminate wood floor that she'd gotten for it, which I do not install. So they're done. I'm finishing up the painting. I put down all that subfloor shot, screwed all that stuff down, and then whenever I'm painting in the damn closet, I just twisted the fuck out of my back the other day. So it's kind of worked out that those guys, I just stayed out of their way while they did the floor for the last couple of days. And had a pressure wash job I needed to do, but with the rain. My back was already fucked up. It's like it's worth pushing it, and the rain came, so it's like, all right, no, that's a good excuse. So, but yeah, it's been a suck month between or summer, I guess it's been. It's gone past a month, but yeah, I bruised my damn rib. I got the damn food poisoning. I twisted the shit out of my back. We got a nice bit of gold showing up there, though. Oh, I was going to hit it with the magnet because I'm not sure which bag ended up having the extra, because it comes with a little bit of heavies with them naturally. I don't know if you saw last time, whenever I hadn't gone through my tailings when I had done the other mammoth bag. And when I finally did, I ended up with 0.073 tenths of a gram in addition to the 1.30 I had already gotten from it. So that was a nice little and a pretty good sized chunk. It made it through that I recovered. It wasn't just all fine gold flakes. But we've got some nice looking stuff there, as always. Yeah, we got some little stuff running, but very nice. And you can see this this material does hold that kind of reddish brown into the silvery gray, which I think is probably more the. Oh, you can see it jump to. Oh, no, you can't. I put the magnet on it. Yeah, when I hit it with the magnet, you can see that iron stuff kind of pops up and lumps together. So this is probably a little bit of extra added to this one compared to what you normally might find in these. And then that makes it a little tougher to rinse that stuff away because it is so similar to the gold in density. If you wash hard enough to move the bigger pieces, you're washing away your smaller gold. So, alright, well, I'm going to have to go back and recover where I'm rinsing stuff just willy-nilly, but a very nice start. We've got some wire gold there. Some nice little wire gold pieces. Like I said, that stuff really holds tight at the top. And you also notice how once you rake it with your finger, it goes from being a solid clump to breaking up into granules. So once you hit it with a magnet, it kind of, see how that right there. But yeah, very nice start. Man, I had a lot of fine gold recovery out of that first pan to go back through. I mean, a lot. Of course, it's got the little tiny garnets that are in with this stuff too, which makes it tough. But yeah, that those heavy pieces in there were really giving me a hard time with the separating it from that very fine gold. And I, as usual, had a little more material than I probably needed to be working with. But that was a pretty big pile of gold that we had out of that as well. Here we've only got a couple of little specks, so I'm thinking it'll probably all be in this last See, there's still a couple of specks that always wash down. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is my additional heavies bag that she threw in. That makes it a bit more challenging than just the regular pay dirt bag. And then they have one that is a specific, a difficult, challenge bag, but they were out of it, so I just went ahead and had her add some additions to this one, like I said, and they are very obliging. So, all right, well, that just leaves us this amount in this pan here. So we'll see how that works out. All right, down to the last of our fine, and we definitely have some gold showing up in the bottom of that one. Again, this Mammoth has just become one of my favorite companies to get gold from over the last year, for sure. And even with the additional postage that you're going to end up paying on material coming from international, Canada, British Columbia, but even with that allowed in, you're still getting an awesome quantity of gold and variety of gold. That is some, like I said, they're crystalline Gold Rush Pay Dirt nuggets, and order multiple bags and you reduce your price as well. And like I said, it's a family company, so it's a good company to support with some really good people that are running it. And like I said, they're very, very generous when it comes to the ROIs that they put in a lot of their pay dirt bags. And of course, every pay dirt will vary, so there's no guarantees that one will equal another. But from what I've seen through not just my videos, but other people's that have been doing this, it's pretty consistent. And of course now Mammoth knows who I am. I always order with my real name. I never get anything through Bayou Gold Guy. But after I've been dealing with them for some time, then if they don't know, I usually let them know, because that's companies that I would trust not to. They're not going to bait and switch you through me. So that's why whenever you see us doing the gold nugget sales, Vendetta prospecting, this one, Mammoth Gold Nuggets, like I said, these are companies that are reputable on their own and who are not, and know who I am outside of YouTube, and are still, we never have to worry about doing the secret shopper crap to make sure that it's all squared up. So, and usually the ones that would take advantage like that are ripping people off already, and we know it, and we're pointing it out. So, Golden Pay Dirt, any one of those Klondike Pay Dirt companies, anything that says Mammoth, that's not Mammoth Gold Nuggets, Mammoth Pay Dirt. Mammoth is a big name on all of your If you look at the fine print on their bags and the labels and their websites, and you'll see that it says golden pay dirt. So they don't be confused by their, old timer bag or their nugget hunt bag or their museum bag or anything else. They all have a very common look to them that seems, a familiar quality to each label and the way that it's printed up and the, so. Excuse me. I got a good dose of black mold off of that floor as well, because I've had all kinds of damn congestion issues as well to go on the list of broken down old guy shit. Alright, here's the last of it here. We beat the rain so far. Had a little drop action, but very few little drops ain't gonna hurt us. These are river gravels. Smooth, rounded, very nice. We got mottled granites. So I'm thinking about going to see Superman this weekend. My buddy, we went to see whenever they started the Henry Cavill version back however many decade and a half ago, whatever the fuck that was. That's the first modern time I'd watched a movie in 3D. Was that Superman and Man of Steel, or whatever it was, where he actually murdered Zod, which was, hey, that's not Superman. Superman doesn't murder people. But yeah, so we're considering going just to see this one out of nostalgia. It's supposed to be a comic book style. It's got Crypto the dog, although it has said that it has pet adoption, dog adoption has been up 500% in interest in searches and stuff. So that's, Crypto's got people wanting to go get him a pup after watching it. That's a good thing. But just for a fun, comic book, it's not. You've heard them probably talk about the Superman's an immigrant bullshit, but really they said it's there's minimal woke crap to it. Mostly it's just the typical bad writing you expect from this shit these days. But it is more of a comic book type movie. Of course James Gunn has to make everything a comedy, so it's you gotta allow for that hack. But I did watch, I almost went to the theater to see it for, again, nostalgic reasons. We got gold showing up there. Jurassic Park Afterbirth, and geez, that's a 40-something year old, what's her name? It was whatever from the kicks. The hero who kicks from the Avengers, Let's see, do we have anyone else who can kick? Yeah, well, I guess put her in. Scarlett Johansson, yeah. Well, yes, tie her hair up in a tight man bun over her head and pack her in a double padded bra. And try to make people believe that she can be a mercenary whipping, dinosaurs. Then it's as big a joke as it sounds. And even the dinosaurs sucked. The main reason I even watched it is because of the scene of them in the raft on the river that dates all the way back to the original novel. When I read that in the when it came out in the mid 80s, early mid 80s, and thinking, man, how cool would it be if they could make this into a movie? And then, of course, many years later, they did. But yeah, they'd hack out different scenes in different movies, like the one where he's traps them in the waterfall, where they're in the tree. But yeah, the scene of them in the in the boat on the river. Of course, it's just so horrific. You don't care about any of the characters. Look at that. You do care about those characters. That is some nice character in that gold. Now, that's what we care about. So yeah, it was hard to watch. If I'd have been in a theater, I would have walked out for the new Jurassic Park. But I think Superman would be a fun one. So like I said, we might go catch that on the matinee. So yeah, man, those were too big to suck up. I'm gonna have to hand pluck those. Very nice chunky bits of gold there for that one. All right. Double check everything and we'll be back. Well, that was quite an effort to go through. Not that much material, but quite a bit of little fine splinters to recover out of the tailings. And then those magnetics did not help speed it up any, I'll tell you that. Let's see how we did here. I know there were some really nice chunks there at the end in our larger than kitchen strainer size. Here's my little mockingbird. He's fussing the boys over there. Alright, well that is beautiful. I can't really see any of this out here in the dark. Overcast, but yeah, very nice. Still got a little more to clean up there in the bottom, but that is some good looking gold there in that 1 gram bag. So let's get it sucked up and we'll find out what we got. Well, here we are for the 200th time looking at our pan of dried gold from Mammoth Gold Nuggets, and look at that beautiful gold. Very nice. So let's go ahead, we'll kick our scale on there, zero it out. This is our 3rd bag of 3, so we are on 20, calibrated properly. I had a number of tiny shards I had to get out of my tailings that I did recover. So we are clean and good to go. So let's see, we are at some nice pieces in there too, some wires. $1.129. That's 1.129 on our last bag. And we already have our previous gold from our other 2 bags. That was 1.568 grams and 1.376 grams. So let's go ahead and we will add it all together with our 1.130 is what our number held on there. So let's make sure we register that properly.
And we were going to see if we could get 4 grams out of 3 1-gram bags from Mammoth Gold Nugget. And there you go. I would say challenge met. 4.068 grams total on our 3 1-gram bags of Brennan's and Mammoth Gold Nugget Signature Edition. That's beautiful. I don't think you asked for better than that. That is a pile of gold. Like I said, we've got some nice wire gold in there. Let's see if we can get a steady shot on it. There's a wire showing up right there. Very nice. Little quartz in there on some of that, it looks like. Nice wire piece. Some chunky stuff. There's another wire. So it's been some fun material to go through. And some beautiful gold. And with the numbers I crunched here, our 3 1-gram bags, we end up getting, as you saw, 4.068 grams total. The day I bought these back in May, it was going for $3,206.77 an ounce. Our gold value on that, based on that, is $419.41. And our material cost $357. So that gives us a 117% ROI. And even if you figure in the $35 shipping for 3 bags, it's $392. We're still over 100% ROI. So very nice. I don't count postage, as you know, but yeah, beautiful gold. We got some little bits of quartz in there as well with our wires. So awesome stuff. Thank you again to Mammoth Gold Nuggets for some more awesome pay dirt. And with that, we will bid a fond adieu to our good friends in British Columbia with Mammoth Gold Nuggets. And thank you all once again for 200 episodes of pay dirt reviews. I hope that it's been somewhat informative and entertaining, and you've saved a little money and avoided the bad guys on the list, and have supported the good guys. So thank y'all so much for the channel members, subscribers, everyone who likes and shares the video. We appreciate it very much. Gizmo, he doesn't show up, but he really does. And with that, thank you all again. We will be back with something new next week. And until then, take care of each other. Hopefully we'll be around for another couple of hundred before it's all said and done. You never know. Till then, Bayou Gold Guy saying thank y'all again. Take care of each other. And peace out, my friends. Yeehaw. When you want to see all 9 of them come together, break out a little steak. They, of course, Gizmo gets his. But yeah, they, this is the one time they all come together with no problem, is to get them some dinner or to get them some steak. And so I make sure everybody gets one. But yeah, that's all my little guys here. So, and then Gizmo gets the bone. Yeah, we're about to have us a nice tomahawk dinner here. And the kitties get theirs too.